Alright, what's good everybody? Urki here. This is my easy points tutorial for Attack Ship Agent. The first thing I will say, I'll just jump right into it, is do not play the stage on English. I have played a lot of Attack Ship Agent on English because it was the only version that I had for a while and I really wanted good points on it. The Elvis objective 2 on Attack Ship never, and I mean almost never, completes. It'll complete maybe like once in 25 runs that makes it to the hangar. It's incredibly rare, and I would not waste your time with it. If you have PAL, for the love of God, play PAL. If you have Japanese, I heard that's also good, and Elvis completes quite often on that as well. You'll just... the opening part to this run that I'm going to be going over will not apply to you if you're on Japanese, because you'll have a gun at the start. I recommend taking a look at Boss's Attack Ship 208. That uses the gun for the start, and you can take a look at how he does the start for Jap. So let's take a look at Attack Ship Agent for the easy points. You can see that I watch about 2 or 3 seconds of cinema. For easy points, I actually recommend cutting as soon as you can. Just watch for, like, you know, obviously the game is going to freeze your controls or it's going to lag, so cut it right there. Something like right here. I cut it a little bit later just because I'm going for a little bit of a lower time, 2:13. But if you just want like somewhere around the 2:20, something like that, I recommend cutting just immediately. It's basically the reason you're watching cinema is for the elevators later in the level. So let's jump into this. Gonna start out in left strafe, open this door. Do a little knife flip because why not? This is the thing I like to do. Now, there's this thing right here. Your first objective is to kill the Skedar and get his Mauler. You're going to be quitting out a lot of runs to getting the Skedar. Vitor does a strat where he like hugs into this wall for like half a second, and then he goes up to this guy. For the attempts that I've watched him do this on, it doesn't seem to increase the consistency by that much for it to be worth it. Maybe it's worth it to do it on SA and PA, but I don't think you should do it for Agent, personally. So I would just gun around the corner, hope this guy is turned around, and start swinging, and you want to hit him right in the back. There you go. I forget if it's a back switch or if it's a double A press I do here to pull out the Mauler. I forget. But you just want to pull out the Mauler as soon as you can. And now you want to go over to the elevator, press B through the wall, and that will call the elevator up to you. Now, another reason why I watched a little bit of the cinema at the start is because if you cut the cinema immediately, you can actually, like, shut the elevator on yourself. Like, instead of calling it up, you're actually opening the elevator on yourself. So it'll, like, once you get back here, once you've done the other objective, and you look at the elevator, it'll be closed. So I watch a little bit of cinema for that. You can do that as well, but I expect you to be a little slower on the button, so you will make this. And also a little bit slower on the Skedar kill. So I'm compensating for that. Just for the easy points. It is kind of a tough stage to get a hold of, but once you do that, you want to shoot these 3 buttons. I do it. I think I missed one on this run, but again, it doesn't lose that much time. Yeah, so I just wasted about half a second, something like that, just to do that. Some people pause buff for these. You can do that if you want as well. Just make sure you're backing up as you're shooting these. It's kind of hard to do. Like, I was very bad at that when I started, but just want to make sure to do that. And hopefully the Skedar that's on the right here, you can see try to shoot me. He actually did hit me, but sometimes he can push you away from the B press. Another thing is you want to be very, very close. I know it's a lot of things early on, but the start is a very important thing. So once you destroy this thing, you want to make sure that you're that you press B very close to this elevator. If you're far away, the lift shuts very fast. So if you're far away, it'll shut on you and you won't like be able to go down. So let's take a look at the next part. You want to build speed on this wall here, and then you want to gun a line straight for Elvis here. Talk to him there. The reason I'm on the left here is not only is it a better line, you get stuck if you're like somewhere down here. If you're dead in the middle of this ramp, you can get stuck on a magic pixel. Kill this guy with the Mauler. Kill this guy with the Mauler. And now you want to pull out the AR-34. Now begins the part that's a bit luck-based. This is kind of a luck-based stage. You want to kill 4 Skedar. And the 4 Skedar, you want the first 2 you kill to have good death animations. And there's a few animations they can do. They can like lunge forward. I think that's the medium animation, even though it's still kind of bad. The good one is the one where they fall on their back, like they fall flat backwards. And the worst one is the one where they like spring their legs up and yeah, just like stand there for a little bit. I think I get good ones on my run, otherwise it wouldn't be 213. So you want to aim like I don't aim at a very good spot in this run, but not in the middle of the door, but like a middle and then like a little bit to the left. So like where my mouse is right now is probably where the Skedar's head is going to be. Yeah, you can see that was actually correct. It is in the middle of the door, but then a little bit to the left. So you want to hit him there. He does the good death animations. He flew backwards. That's the good one as well. So then you want to turn around, kill the other one, and then kill the 4th one. You want to be kind of fast because this left door, as you can see, is if I didn't kill this 4th Skedar right here, the door would have shut on him, and you can see I barely have any room to like, hit him. So you got to be kind of fast. Otherwise the door will shut and you won't be able to see the Skedar and shoot him in time, and you'll have to either go up and open the door yourself or go backwards and shoot another one that'll hopefully spawn. So yeah, just do that. If you get one bad animation, you can still continue and you can still get some easy points. If you get double bad animations, like if you get the spring legs thing, I would reset on that. That just wastes way too much time. Another thing I should mention here is when you shoot the first Skedar here, and he does this death animation, and then you shoot the second one, if you look backwards here too fast, like I mean way too fast, like it usually won't happen, but this guy cannot spawn if you're looking at the direction. You gotta like be turned around for him to spawn, but if he gives you the good death animation, it should be fine. So, kill all the 4 there. And sometimes a lot of people like to kill a 5th because you have time to burn, but it doesn't really matter. So I get a mid 41 elevator. That is pretty decent for 206 pace. You want like a high 39 or a low 40. So you want to... This elevator only opens whenever you kill the 4 Skedar. So if the elevator isn't opening, you either missed a Skedar or you missed the first 2 going into the hangar, the ones you kill with the Mauler here. One thing I should say is when the level begins, you want the Mauler to be in the second function. That is one thing I did forget to mention. So yeah, get in the lift. Build speed on the left. Once you hear the elevator, build speed on the right. I look at a specific line in the wall here so I can like be gunning straight for the left of the door, and then I turn a little bit. Killing these Skedar with the Mauler fast is very difficult, but you have to try and like get out of your comfort zone and try and do them really fast, because it does save a lot of time if you get them, but if you miss one shot, you have to wait for the Mauler to recharge again. It doesn't hurt to pause buffer some of these. I wouldn't do it on the first one because the first one's kind of easy, so I'll show you what you do here. You want to slam into like the mid left part of the door, and then you want to hold C up, and then you shoot immediately as the door opens. There you go. And that's the first guy. So the second guy will always be in this hallway on the very right. So I just turn really hard. I C up into this guy, shoot him in the head. This is one of the hardest ones to get. I think this is the hardest one in my opinion. And it's basically just about when you turn into this door, just get him really fast. It's a very tough one, and I think if you want to play it safe, you can wait until he stops to shoot you, which you can see he did right here. I even took it a little bit safe. You can walk up to him, wait until he stops, and then you shoot him there. But I also turn immediately as I shoot him, so I kind of like, hope that I hit him and then just go, So yeah, you can pause buffer this one. It's not too bad. But C-upping into him is a good idea because the auto-aim will lock onto him faster, and also you have like not a big tendency of missing him because you're closer. The shield doesn't matter. You don't need the shield. It's just like a byproduct of going close to him. You want to strafe through here. You want to C up this guy and kill him. Now, you won't actually have enough Mauler ammo to kill that guy. You can see I had 4, I think. Well, yeah, I'd have 2 with a full red Mauler, and it kills this guy. If you do those 3 Skedar kind of slow, you'll have to reload before the door, and then you'll have to kill this guy later. But just make sure you you take him out like pretty fast, and you don't miss him. This one can be a little tricky as well. There's 2 ways of doing this room. Just do whichever one you find the easiest. You can go through this door, and you can see up into the sky and just fire immediately. I missed the first shot because I was turning early. So you can hit him and then hit the other one. The other thing you can do is you can run and see up into the sky, and then you can run to the door on the left, turn around and kill this guy. The thing is, if you're not fast enough with that, the guy on the right will start like running in circles and hide behind the walls and all that stuff. So it's whatever you prefer, really. So yeah, that's kind of a tricky room. It's kind of tricky to just get every shot on the Skedar. You can see that I missed one, but you can even if you miss some, I would just finish out the run. You know, just practice and stuff like that. You want to stay in strafe, and you don't. So after those Skedar, you don't have to kill anymore. Although I believe killing more afterwards, like this guy, I missed that guy, but if you kill him, you increase the chances of Elvis not dying, I think, because he'll have less Skedar to face. Although I'm not sure on that, but a lot of people tend to kill that guy. You have to kill this guy, otherwise he either blocks you. Well, you will need him for the ammo, and he also will block you, basically. So just take him out. Just try and strafe against the wall for as little as possible. You don't have to kill this guy. Just run past him. Hopefully Elvis completes in time if you're on PAL or Jap. And then open this door. Open this door. Don't have to kill this guy. And just gun straight for the elevator. If you're unsure and you can't react to the elevator, you can pause right here. And you can see if the elevator is closing on you or not. I could see that it was open. So I just pressed B on the elevator right here. But just, if you're on slower pace, you have to like recognize what kind of pace you're on. If you think you're on a bit slower than what I just got here, you want to run to the elevator and just kind of like, you know, pause and make sure that it's not closing on you so that you accidentally reopen it. So it's all like pace dependent and stuff like that, and cinema and all that stuff. This one you can press B if it's like fully open, and if it is completely closed, you want to call it back down. The reason I'm saying this is because the next door is different. So you want to build speed here. And now you want to head upwards for the hangar door. Now, as you can see right here, I think I messed this up a little bit, but this door in particular, if it is closed, what you want to do is, when you can squeeze through the middle, you do not want to press B to reclose it. You actually lose like a metric ton of time from doing that. This door in particular, you want to wait until it is fully open. Once you see that it's actually like parallel with the wall, you press B on it, and then it closes, and then you can enter the lift. Now you can see that I paused because I thought it would close on me, and I would close it right there. Okay, so I did it right. Let's just watch that again, just because why not? But if it is closed, you have to wait until this is fully open to reclose it. There we go. So now for this part, you can either buffer the 3 Skedar kills here, or you can just do it like free flow. The auto aim is very lenient here, so like I wouldn't be too afraid of actually not buffering this. I think I don't buffer it on this run. Yeah, you can see it's pretty easy. It's not too bad. It's fairly lenient, and you want to take them out as fast as you can, obviously, because Elvis comes into the hangar on a timer after you kill the 3rd Skedar. So you want to run in this exact line after you do it. After you kill the 3 Skedar. You want to grab this mauler. You want to check for a mauler here. If there isn't one here, it's usually down here, but you want to grab that later. So you grab this one, and then there should be one here. If it isn't there, then you'll have to do with a single mauler, but sometimes you can get a double mauler, basically. So, once you've done that route and picked up that ammo, you want to, and potentially a double mauler, you want to go to the back left of this right here. Wait until Elvis opens the door. And you can kind of pace check your ending depending on when the door opens. So you can see on this run I had a mid 151 Elvis. So after Elvis runs through, you want to block the door so that it doesn't close, but you don't want to stand in the middle of the door like most of the old runs do. you want to use the new strat where basically you stand like on the very edge of the door. I wasn't actually facing the roll, like, you know, all the way in. It probably doesn't matter, but I would just do that anyway. You want to stand on like you want to stand as close to the hangar as possible without the door closing on you. Because that'll run the Skedar's script to spawn quicker. So just face like here. I face exactly on this spot for the black magic because I saw on Vitor's 18-second ending he aimed exactly here, so you know. You kind of just like believe in a lot of things whenever you you watch some fast endings, but it probably is a lot of luck in the end. So you want to aim a little higher, honestly. This is not where the Skedar's head is, or just body in general, but this works. You want to aim a little bit to the left of the door, and then you can start buffering. I'm just gonna play this in 2x because why not? So you want to wait for the Skedar to spawn. As soon as you see him, you kill him right there, and then you want to buffer this door. There's an unfortunate thing that can happen on the ending. You have to really be careful with this. If you notice that the first Skedar is incredibly slow, like let's say this guy was like, you know, ultra slow, and the second Skedar is really fast. When you turn back here, the door can already be open actually, and the guy can be running in circles and just being a nuisance. Try your very best if that happens to kill that Skedar immediately and get in the doorway. Because I've had a run where the guy was running in circles. I missed him a bunch of times. And then as the third Skedar was spawning, the door shut on me. And I lost like 3 seconds because I had to wait for him to run to the door. So, you know, wait for this guy. He was pretty fast on this run, as you can see. Kill him, get in the doorway, and then kill this guy immediately. Very fast Skedar. This was a 22 ending. And that is the end of Attack Ship Agent. You want to look down, obviously, for the lag. And I got a 213 on this run. That's as of this video, that's 79 points. It's not too bad. A lot of people are clumped up around 211 and 210, so somewhere in this range will give you a solid 70 points. If not a little lower, it'll give you 60 points. If you manage to break like 212 and above, you'll end up with 80 or above. But I would try to aim for something around 220 or something like that for your first run. If you're on PAL or JAP. So yeah, that's Attack Ship. Just make sure that you're watching the right cinema. You know the animations on the Skedar in the bridge. You know your TTs. You take these fast, but also if you're unsure of what you want to do, you want to buffer them. Like for example, if the third Skedar is annoying you, you want to buffer him. If the fifth and sixth one is annoying you, want to buffer them. It doesn't lose that much time, and overall you'll get points on this. I promise you that you can get points. You just gotta stick to it. You just gotta, like, you know, play out the animations, play out the luck, and, you know, also you want to buffer the opening room if that's annoying you. And yeah, just clutch it, you know. And that's about it for Attack Ship. So thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I will answer later. And yeah, see you around.